Yo, what's up, my little glizzy gobblers? So today we're going to be doing what if Naruto was a reincarnation of Trunks. Yeah, so basically how this is going to go is everybody knows about sayings, but the last time they appeared was over a bajillion years ago, like let's just say 3 million years, right? And let's just say 300 million years in the past, somehow Trunks got killed. Let's just say um, by Kid Buu, and he, and for the next 300 billion years, Trunks was searching for the perfect body. Then he finds the Knight of the Nine Tails. But now Trunks goes through, sees how the powers changed and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, and also this will be bloodline, so it can be passed down. All right. So then Trunks sees the kid. Well, Kuchina, she's pregnant, and he's like, I should watch over her to see what happens. And then, he basically just stalks her and Minato, and then the Night of the Nine Tails happens. He sees like, oh, what a poor child. So then he goes and to him while Minato's running, and then Minato's like, did his hair just change to purple? And dang, why did he get so powerful all of a sudden? Yeah, and then Minato just keeps running. Then the same thing happens in canon. They give their death wishes and everything. Now, Naruto, he ended up getting both yin and yang part of Kurama. So yeah, he got full Kurama, and this time Kurama is going to be a girl, right? And yeah, he got full Kurama. Also, yeah, and they say their goodbyes. They both die. Hiruzen sees Naruto. He's like, is that really your son? Son before Minato dies, he's like, yes, his hair just turned purple. Then he dies. Hiruzen's, he's like, okay, so his hair just turned purple. Maybe it's just a little mutation, that's all. So we're gonna have a 4-year time skip, right? Naruto, he's running. He basically looks like a slimmer version of this Trunks. Like, take off the majority of the muscles and the mean face and chop off some of the hair. He don't have the sword, but yeah, he's a bit fit to be a 4-year-old because he was training under the whole Kage. Yeah. And then he's running, and then they catch up to him, alright? Let's just say, they was beating him down, and then he passes out, but they're just still beating him up. And then Naruto, he's not in his mindscape, but he's in like this cloudly heaven-looking place. He's like, am I dead? Where am I? And then Trunks comes, he's like, yo, brat. So I guess you're finally ready to meet me, huh? Naruto's like, who are you? He's like, you are my reincarnation. So Naruto knows what that means because he was rewritten up. He's like, wait, so how? Naruto's like, he's like, well, technically, I just put my soul, giving you my abilities and everything that I can do into your body. Oh yeah, so also Naruto could turn into the 8. That's how he gets some of his SSJ forms. So yeah, um, Naruto's like, oh wow, cool. So are you the reason why I'm getting attacked every day? Trunks goes, no. Naruto's like, so wait, what is your name? He goes, my name is Trunks. He's like, huh. Do you know what's making the villagers attack me every day? Trunks goes, yes, you have something else in your body. The Nine Tails. Now Trunks don't know everything about it, and then Trunks only has a limited time. So he's like, kid, I shall give you all of my memories, and put his memories into Naruto's head about only the ones of him training, trying to, go in all of his Super Saiyan and SSG, and all of his forms. And then Naruto says, thank you, mister, but do you have to go? Trunks says, yes, but I will come back again. Alright, kid? And then Naruto says, okay. And then Naruto wakes up from his heavenly place. Then, he only used Super Saiyan for like a few seconds to scare the guys off, but he was still unconscious. They see his hair spike up, and then they just see him drowning with power. The freaking floor starts to melt. Then they just run away. Naruto passes back out. Let's just say 3 hours later, he wakes up. He wakes up and then just goes to the forest, and it's like around 4 in the afternoon, so it's still pretty light. Naruto, he sees the kids bullying not only Hinata, but Hinata and Ino and this red hair girl. And then Naruto goes, he runs and he's like, hey, stop that. And then the kid's like, oh, it's you, dead last. He's like, what did you say? He's like, why are you protecting these weak girls? They're gonna die anyway. Then Naruto just snapped after that. His hair turns gold, then he kind of starts to fly up off, but not much. Like, when he's a child, when he snaps, he goes unconscious, and he uses Super Saiyan 1. So, and then his hair starts to spike up, then he just beats the guys to a bloody pulp, smashing them through trees. There's like 10 of them, and they're all toonies. He just beating them to a bloody pulp, putting them through trees, and then Kashi is watching this like, the kid isn't even awake. So then, he just beat them all up, then when he's done, he passes out. The Kakashi goes, bro, put it to the third Hokage, but then Ino, Hinata, and the red hair girl, they're like, sir, are you okay? He just wakes up. Where'd the guys go? And they're like, you just beat them up to a bloody pulp. I'm like, oh, I did? Cool. Oh, I gotta go. And they're like, wait, what's your name? He's like, my name is Naruto Uzumaki, but my friends call me Trunks. Yeah, because that's gonna be basically his battle name, Trunks. Let's just say you could get battle names, alright? And he's like, my friends call me Trunks. So yeah, Naruto walks away, he goes to his house and goes to sleep. The next day, he wakes up to the third Hokage knocking at his door. He's like, come in. He looked through the people and opens the door quick. He's like, GG, and then gives the third Hokage a hug. He's like, hey, Naruto, but this isn't a time to be playing around. What was that power? What power? The one you used to beat up those kids. I don't remember using a power. Well, maybe it was Trunks' power, and then Gigi asks, wait, who's Trunks? Then Naruto explains everything, how he met Trunks and how he's his reincarnation, and he like every time I go on unconscious, I wake up in another place. So then Gigi knows, okay, so maybe his body's not able to handle this power when he's awake. Then he also tells Gigi like, oh yeah, and Trunks is also something called a Saiyan. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but he's a Saiyan. And then Gigi's eyes open and his jaw dropped. He's like, what? Now, let's just say there was only one Saiyan alive, and he's like really freaking old. Oh, alright, he's like a Saiyan, huh? So, Naruto and Gigi, right? They leave the village and they go to the end, and where there's nothing there but a little shack. They go in the shack. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, long time no see. Hiruzen. He's like, yeah, long time no see, Vegeta. And then Trunks hears that name. He's like, father. And then Naruto's like, so you're Trunks' father, are you? He's like, wait, what are you talking about, kid? My son died 3 million years ago, 300 billion years ago. He's like, well, I'm his reincarnation. Because Naruto was wearing a hoodie, so she couldn't tell. So then he takes off the hood to show the purple hair and the purple eyebrows and stuff. He's like, oh my gosh, you look just like my son Trunks. Basically, Naruto looks like this. Just like a hot version of that. And, yeah. And then Naruto just, chilling, talking to, Vegeta. And then Vegeta's like, sure, I shall train the brat. Even though my son has more abilities than I do, he has some abilities from me and some of them from Kakarot. But let's just say Vegeta hates Goku because he died so easily, so he thinks Goku was a weakling, which Goku pretty much could never die, but let's just say they put like a sealing sword inside of him, turning off all of his powers and stuff. So yeah. So then he just goes Kakarot, and then Trunks is like, hey yo, brat, I gotta go. Don't want to use up all of my time, right? So then he's like, okay, and then let's just say there's a 3-month time skip, right? And it's Naruto and Vegeta, they're training, and Naruto tells Vegeta how he have something else inside of him, and then Vegeta's like, what is it? He's like, I have the 9-tailed fox. Trunks told me it. Trunks said he don't know what it is, but I also have it. so then Vegeta gets like an evil grin on his face, like, I shall turn this child into the perfect weapon. Because if you make Super Saiyan with any tailed beast powers, let's just say it triples everything by 20-fold. So yeah. And then especially if you use any of your SSJ forms, yeah, it triples it like by 20-fold. So Vegeta is like, yes, the perfect weapon. He's just evilly grinning in his mind. So then Vegeta's like, okay, brat, I'm gonna push push you so hard. And then, let's just say they've been training for like 4 days straight just sparring and fighting. Naruto is now able to use Super Saiyan 1 while and still be conscious. So yeah, they're just training and sparring, and Vegeta's in Super Saiyan 1 too. So they're just sparring and sparring and sparring, and then next thing you know, Naruto just passes out from energy exhaustion. He's like, oh yay, I get to meet Mr. Trunks. But then instead, he wakes up in a sewer. And he's like, where am I? And then the Naruto says, then he hears crying. And then Naruto's like, who's that? Then he just walks and he sees the red-haired lady. She's like, hello? Then he walks through the cage. She's like, just crying. And then Naruto goes and says, lady, are you okay? Then she hugs him. He's like, are you okay, lady? She's like, I'm sorry I did all of this to you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do any of it. He's like, what are you talking about? She's like, I'm the Ninetales. You're like, oh, really? You're pretty cute to be the Ninetales beast. Naruto, and then she blushes. She's like, thank you, kid. And then, Naruto just hugs her back to make her feel better. She's like, wait, so you're not mad at me? Naruto's like, no, because Yubi told him how she was trapped under a genjutsu, and then Naruto's like, why is a pretty lady like you stuck inside of me? And she's like, well, your father, your father sealed me inside of you. She's like, he's like, oh, okay. Well, it's pretty ugly in here. I want to change it for you. So then she's like, well, just remove that paper tab and you can do anything. Now, she's not trying to take him over, right? But she is still both yin and yang, but it's not split. It's still one personality, and there's majority yin, like the good side. So she's like, just take off the paper tap, and then Naruto takes off the seal, and it starts a thing. He makes a whole bunch of flowers and a nice house for her with a TV, and he makes her some little baby foxes and everything. A kitchen, and then she just starts crying and be like, this kid is so dirty. What? After everything I did to him. And then Naruto's like, stop crying. You couldn't control it. And then, and his speech is, like pieced up since, like, he's only 4 years old, So, you couldn't control it. She's like, yes, okay. And then, Naruto's like, well, ma'am, I have to go. And then Naruto wakes up in the real world, and him and her were talking for about 49 hours. So it's been like 3 hours in the real world. And then Naruto's like, Vegeta. No, he just called her Pa. He just calls him Pa because since he's Trunks' dad, and technically Trunks is a part of Naruto, he just called him Pa. He's like, Pa, I met her. Vegeta's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I met the Ninetales. But he's like, but he's not going to stress him out. So then we have a 5-year time skip. Naruto is 9. Naruto learned how to use Super Saiyan 2 and 3. And he's pretty buff. Like, he's not that buff. Let's just say he looks like in the picture just what freaking ninja belt and some kunais and a tanto and a tanto instead of that big bulky sword. And his hair is a bit longer, like his to his shoulders, and is wrapped back in a ponytail. He's really lean and muscular, yeah. And then he's like so and let's say Vegeta's on his deathbed for some reason, because Vegeta's like 100 like 200 billion, no, he's 500 billion years old, and he extended his life just so he could, be with Trunks somewhere in Naruto. So then, Naruto's crying because Vegeta's about to die, and then Vegeta said one last thing. He said, "Kid, get stronger, strong enough that you can surpass me, and strike fear in your enemy's heart." And then Naruto takes those words to heart, and then Naruto says, "Okay, I will." And then Vegeta dies. But after telling Naruto where his stash is with all his clothes and weapons, so then Naruto goes and Cash, of course. And then Naruto goes, buries Vegeta, and like those rock things they do in all animes with the rocks, yeah. He goes and buries him, and then Naruto goes to where the safe is and opens it. There's a scroll, and it says 800 billion yen. Like, so there's a lot of money in it. Naruto's nose bleeds. She's like, "Whoa, so much money." Then he sees the Tanto, 1,000 shurikens, 1,000 kunais, some clothes, some Vegeta outfits, um, some of these, like this one, he also has, yeah, basically Naruto looks like this just a bit less bulky and a lot more slim, and he's 9, remember that, he's only 9. So then, Naruto leaves. He's like, "Thank you so much." And then, Naruto goes with his Tanto and his clothes on. He looks like this one. No, not this one. The one with like the shoes and stuff on. So yeah, he looks like that, and this, and then he's walking, well, sprinting. He's in SS1, no, Super Saiyan 1, yeah. And then he just sprinting. He gets to the hidden leaf in like 3 days, and then he goes to the whole Kage's office. Let's just say he has a pin, and for him to enter the leaf. So then he shows the guards his pin. Then he walks to the whole Kage's office, and then Naruto knocks on the door, and then the third like, "Come in," and then Naruto's like, "Hey, GG," and then Turtle Kage just gets a big smile on his face, and he runs up and hugs, and Naruto like, "Naruto, it's been so long. I thought you was gonna be there longer." He's like, "Yeah, I wish I could, but Pa died." And then they're like, "Oh wow, when did that happen?" 3 days ago. Wait, what? How did you get here so quick? I managed to master Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3, and I got here using Super Saiyan 1, but there's a lot more to go, and also he says I'm like a monkey or something. So then, yeah. So then, Naruto and the third catch up. The third like, "Well, Naruto, you looking good, bro." He's like, "Yeah, and I'm pretty rich, so." But, hey, third, do you mind taking me to like some food shops? I haven't eaten in a few days. And then on the third, like, "Okay, my treat." And Naruto's like, "Can we go to Ichiraku?" And he loves ramen and he loves steak. he still wants to become Hokage, but he also wants to own a ramen shop and be the strongest shinobi alive, stronger than his dad. He don't know about his dad yet, but he's like stronger than a fourth. So then yeah. So then Gigi goes like, okay, sure, I'll take you to Ichiraku Ramen, and Naruto basically Naruto and Gigi goes there. Naruto walks and he's like, hey, and then Anna and Ramen Man says, oh hey, new customer. Naruto's like, you guys don't remember me? They're like, no. They're like, oh wow, you don't remember your number one customer that comes here every day? That came here every day? And they're like, Naruto? He's like, yeah, it's me. And then Anna runs up and hugs him. Alright, she's like, oh my gosh. And then the ramen guy fist bumps Naruto like, long time no see. Let me guess. Pork miso ramen. Yep. Extra pork. Naruto says, been a long time since I ate. And, yeah. So, Naruto eats, and him and everybody catches up. And then time skip one day, right? Naruto's walking in the streets. Everybody heard that the demon's back. The demon's back. So they're all giving him death glares. And then Naruto bumps into a redhead girl. Alright, now this will be pretty funny, but the redhead girl's name is Riz. Riz Grimmery. Yeah, the ship will be Naruto, and he has a whole bunch of ships, but the main one is Naruto and Riz. So Naruto helps her, picks up her stuff, like, hi, are you okay? She's like, oh yes. And Riz remembers him, so she blushes and runs off, right? So then Naruto goes, oh wow, that was quick. And then Riz is just behind the building like, I was so close to Naruto-kun. And then Mata sees him also, and she just tries not to make him see her. And then she's like, Naruto-kun's back. And then Ino sees the both of them. They're like, why are you guys so flustered? They're like, Naruto-kun's back. And then just blushes and passes out like, Naruto-kun. So then Naruto, he goes back to his house, right? The old house, and he's like, man, so many memories. Well, only 2 years worth of memories since only since I left when I was 4. So, and then let's have a 2-day time skip, and the 2 days Naruto sees Riz again. Naruto runs up because he kind of likes him, her, and Hinata, but he don't know that Riz was the girl he saved name. So then he's like, hey, let's talk. And then Naruto like, he still likes Sakura too, but yeah, you'll see why. And then Riz like, oh hey, Naruto. And then he's like, why does she sound so shy? And then Naruto just looks at her red hair. Then he has a flashback. For some reason, he's like strange. So then he sees him saving her. And then Naruto's like, hey, are you the girl with the red hair that I saved 5 years ago? She's like, yes, you saved me, Hinata, and Ino from those bullies. And then Naruto's like, oh, well, do you mind if I walking home so we could catch up maybe? Oh yeah, also Naruto knows all 5 chakra natures. So yeah. She's like, sure. And then they walk to her house. She invites Naruto in so they could talk some more. Naruto says, okay. Now her dad and mom, they don't per se dislike Naruto. they don't hate him, but they kind of have a small grudge, but don't care. Plus, they didn't even see them come in, so they go upstairs and talk, play video games, and then Naruto just tells her where he lives and she can stop by whenever she wants to talk. And yeah, the same thing goes with Ino and Hinata because they don't feel like explaining everything. But instead of like you're the girl that saves, you're like so you're Hinata, the girl from 5 years ago, and you're the girl. So like yeah. Then let's and him, you know, Hinata and Rias starts to grow a closer relationship. Let's say we have a 3 year time skip, and Naruto is 12, 12, and Hinata got kicked out of her clan for being around the demon. Ria's parents they just made her move out because they had to move to a different district for jail time because they were missing nins, and she just moved in with them because she was just jealous, right? So they're 12. Naruto brought like a kind of small estate. It was like 1,000,000 yen, and it had like one house with like 3 different rooms, a little small training ground, a little small pool, but nobody knows Naruto lives there. It's hidden. So yeah, Naruto wakes up normally in his boxers and with his abs. Right now, Naruto is 12, and he has a freaking, I say, 6 pack, but it's more defined than Kilo's. If y'all seen that scene, yeah, it's more defined than Kilo's. And then Ino walks out at the same time as Naruto does. Naruto's eyes is closed, but Ino's been up for about a good 30 minutes. So then Ino walks out and turns, and then she sees Naruto. Her nose bleeds, and she just falls back into her room. Right? Naruto goes. He washes his face, brushes teeth. The normal things you do in the bathroom. Fix his hair. Then he goes to make breakfast. My guy has a freaking chef cloak on, and he's cooking breakfast, and the girls come out to smell breakfast, and they just see Naruto in shorts and a freaking chef cloak on, so they all blush. And then Naruto's like, enjoy. Naruto made eggs, pancakes, bacon with orange juice, right? And then, but the eggs and pancakes were so mesmerizing, and the orange juice was homemade, and it was so good. So all the girls was like, Naruto-kun is a good cook. Wow, Naruto-kun, you're a good cook. Everybody just says it in their mind. So you know, Naruto eats, takes off the thing to show his freaking 6 pack, and then he walks off to his room to put his clothes on, and other girls just there. They're like, yeah, we gotta go get dressed. Let's just say they did the same thing and put their clothes on. Then Naruto's like, we gotta make it stop to the whole Kage mansion. So then then Naruto says, yo, Gigi. And then he's like, yo, what's up, Naruto? Naruto like, Gigi, can you do me a favor? Favor with his 2 fingers pushed together. He's like, can you, enroll me into the academy? Gigi like, sure, you're really strong. And Naruto like, can you enroll the girls too? And then Gigi gets a grin on his face, like, sure. Naruto was like weirded out by the grin. He's like, okay. So then that's and then Naruto also says, can you escort us throughout the town so we could buy some stuff? And Naruto says, he's like, oh yeah, sure. So then Naruto goes, he buys he tells the girl to pick out some weapons. He tells him to at least get 500 shurikens, 500 kunais, some sealing strolls, and if they want, they could get a sword, get some smoke bombs. They said get like 500 smoke bombs, and then they get them all. They said, and Naruto gets him a designer pouch, and it goes like around his chest like Trunks does in this picture. And then the girls get them a pouched in. And they're like, all right, so we're going home now. And Naruto's like, nope, we're going to the clothes shop. And then Naruto tells them to buy whatever they want. If it's a dress, they could get it, whatever they want. But make sure to get some ninja clothes too, you know? So then they all just like, ee, like a girl screech. Because Naruto-kun is taking us shopping. Naruto goes and he buys him like some dripped out outfits. Like he got like an outfit on like this kind of, it got like the stripes and a mask. And then Naruto gets that. He gets a Kakashi looking outfit that looks a lot more dope. Yeah, and Naruto ends up making his own symbol. I don't know why. Like he was just drawing, and he thought of a symbol. This one, yeah, this one right here. So then Naruto makes that and burn it on his shirt, like, you know, burn it on. So then yeah, Naruto and the girls, they say, all right, where else? Where else to? Naruto says jewelry shop. They all blush like, huh? Is Naruto going to propose to us? So then Naruto goes and he's like, ladies, stay behind here. Her really like, well, dang, my boy got swag. I can't wait till he opens his own clan or gets the Namikaze clan back and the Uzumaki clan, cause who? He gonna be under a huge CRA. You feel me? And then Naruto goes. He brings out a ruby for Riz, a diamond for Ino, and a freaking, let's just say, a sapphire for Hinata. Let's just say they have freaking purple sapphire, no, white sapphires. All right, they have a purple diamond and, you know, red rubies. So then they're all like, "Thank you, Naruto." They're like, he's like, "You're welcome." This this also helps you with chakra control, and it slowly heals you. It has healing jutsu in it and chakra control jutsu in it, and it also has communication jutsu. So then Naruto, they see the rings on Naruto's fingers. They're like, "Why do you have so much?" Oh, I already had these, but I just put communication jutsu on it. And when you say communication jutsu, like a invisible line connects into your ear, so you could talk with your rings and hear it without nobody else. So then they're like, okay, Naruto-kun. So then or like one more place, the food place. So then Naruto goes, he gets, you know, some food, some milk, some juice and stuff. He tells the girls to pick out what they want, and then they leave, and they go back to the house. They're all like, "Wow, Naruto, why'd you do all of this for us?" He's like, "I don't know. I just wanted to." Then they all just blush like, "Naruto, and do Naruto like us?" And then Naruto actually but he likes a whole bunch of more girls too, right? So then yeah, let me get that. So time skip 1 week. Well, 1 week. Oh yeah, and Naruto and the girls were training. He showed them their powers, and Hinata and Riz knew what his saying was. Didn't, so she had to read up on what his saying was. He told them that they're reincarnation because he really trusts them. They're like, wow, his name's Trunks. So yeah, that's gonna be my my battle name, Trunks. And I look just like him too. Naruto still got the whisker marks, but yeah, they're a lot more defined. Oh yeah, also Naruto and Kyuubi's relationship ground too. So yeah, Naruto lets Kyuubi out while he's gone. While he's gone, he gives her a hugging kiss on the cheek goodbye. Well, when the girls aren't looking because they'll be jealous, and then Naruto like blushes every time and says, "Okay, uh, goodbye." And then yeah, they go to the school, and it's Naruto's first day, so nobody knows him. They're like, now the girls, they're just fangirling over him, except for Sakura, of course. Naruto blushes when he sees her, but then he snaps out of it like, nobody wants that pink-haired banshee. Because Naruto's like, I got 3 beautiful vixens right here. um, Yeah, so Naruto goes sit down. He sits next to Kiba because him and Kiba used to be friends. Kiba's like, do I know you? He's like, yeah, you remember me? Kiba's like, no. He's like, dude, the whisker marks. Kiba's like, Naruto? Yo, then they dap it up. Then Shikamaru's like, yo, what's up, Naruto? Cause him and Shikamaru was friends, and then the girls jealous like, they can't sit next to Naruto-kun. So then they Naruto, Kiba, and Shikamaru catch up. They already know that Naruto's a reincarnation and the same since like they were like ride or die since they was like 2 years old. So yeah, they're like, where have you been? He's like, so I went to see the person I was reincarnated as father. Well, yeah, and I just call him Pop, because since he was his dad and I'm technically his reincarnation, that makes him somewhat my dad, but also my real dad. I don't know who he is, but yeah. Shikamaru's like, cool. So how many stages did you unlock? He like, I unlocked Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan 3. Yeah. I'm gonna make up some sayings because I don't know all of them. It's been like 3 years since I last watched Dragon Ball. So, let's see. Let me pause this. Alright, so yeah. Soon, so like, Naruto's coming close to unlocking Super Saiyan Rose, Legendary Super Saiyan Blue, Evolution, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Green, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Rage, Super Saiyan 2. Like, he's about to unlock so many of them. Let's just say, and yeah, so Naruto's like, well, I'm really close to unlocking Super Saiyan Rose. So then they're all like, cool. And then, yeah, Naruto's like, I already unlocked Super Saiyan grade 2 and 3. Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan Rage, of course. Let me think. I don't have Super Saiyan God yet. Naruto knows all of them. He's like, I don't have Super Saiyan Green. I don't have Super Saiyan Blue. I'm close to getting Super Saiyan. He's like, I'm close to getting Super Saiyan Grade 1. Let's just say Grade 1 is stronger than Super Saiyan 3, and there's Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, then I'm gonna make up one. He said, then I don't have Super Saiyan Dragon Stage, which is like freaking dragon armor and stuff like that. And you can also share your abilities with others while you're in that form, but then when you take it off, they don't have the abilities anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. So, yeah. Naruto's like, okay, cool. Well, hurry up and unlock them all. Naruto's like, yeah, but it takes a lot of training. I have to watch so many deaths. Oh yeah, I'm technically somewhat immortal. Like if my heart gets ripped out, it'll regenerate like really quickly. So they're like sick. I'm like, yeah, bro, cool. And then they Iruka walks in, right? He sees Naruto. He's like, Naruto's back. Cool. Because him and Naruto isn't close since he left. So then Iruka calls the names. He's like, Choji, Kiba, Ino, Riz, Hinata, Naruto, Uzumaki. Naruto's like, here, but I prefer you call me Trunks. Iruka's like, sure? With like a questionable voice. He's like, sure. And then, Hinata just blushes at Naruto's voice, his presence. And then, and then, you know, Sasuke still got his fangirls. And then Iruka's like, alright, class, you guys have a beginning of the year test. Yeah, it's the first day of the year, so he's like, this is just to see how much you guys know. And yeah. But first it says powers and stuff. Like list your powers, your chakra natures, if you have any Kekkei Genkai. And then Naruto says powers, Saiyan. Chakra natures, all. Battle name, Trunks. Real name, Naruto Uzumaki. Age, 12. 12. Capabilities, increased stamina, increased strength, increased senses. Alright? And then he gives a list of, and he starts to go down all of his Saiyan modes. Let's just say there's like 30. Alright, just for the plot. And he also have some of Gojo's powers, right? Yeah, because instead of Ashura, he's Gojo is replaced with Gojo. Like, you know, Gojo have superhuman strength and spatial manipulation, and he has void manipulation, darkness manipulation, magnet manipulation, and of course the regeneration. Naruto don't have all of his powers because this is what if Naruto was Trunks' reincarnation, you know. So yeah, Naruto basically has those, and then Naruto don't know that it's Gojo because Gojo just put his energy, not his soul. So yeah, um, Naruto says, I also have a lot of chakra. I probably have more chakra than the Kyuubi itself. And then, you know, everybody else goes over there, turn it in. And then Iruka's like, yeah, right, brat. So then Iruka gives out the test, right? And then he makes sure that Naruto's is flawed. But Naruto found out and he got mad, like, oh, so he purposely trying to fail me, because Mitsuki printed it flawed, and then Iruka so gave it to him. So Naruto just freaking body flickers behind him, like, what a kunai. He's like, you think you could play me? Don't try it, or you'll lose your life. Iruka blinks like, okay, kid. Then he gives Naruto the right paper. He's like, thanks. Body flickers back in his chair, and then he starts the test. Now Naruto, he knows a little bit of telekinesis, so he makes sure that Kiba, and Shikamaru pass. But dang it, a 100%, like he did. They got like 95 and 80. Shikamaru got 80, Kiba got 95, Naruto got 100, and they turn it in, And then Naruto's just sitting over Iruka and Mizuki yeah, you try something. I'm watching you, bro. Like that with like death glare, and he's releasing ki, so everybody's just scared. They can't even move now. Shikamaru and Ki was used to it since his ki was sometimes leak out when they were young. So Shikamaru and Ki was used to it, and then once they got to great enough, it's like good. He just snapped, and all the papers is in front of who is supposed to go to, and then Naruto just goes sit down, and then after like 5 minutes, everybody's like, "Oh yes, I got this grade. I got this grade. My grade's better than you." Like normal freaking 12-year-olds. And then Naruto and then Iruka and Mizuki like, so this kid maybe really is a saint, huh? We should toy with him, push him to his edge. There should not be a single Saiyan alive. I heard his father died. Oh, his reincarnation father. Cause Iruka kind of overheard him telling Kiba that his like the person that reincarnated into me's father died. So Mizuki's like, I could use that to my advantage. And Mizuki goes through Naruto's memories with a memory transfer jutsu, but it don't steals him. Mizuki just gets them, and then Mizuki just shows just like right in front of everybody, just puts Naruto under a genjutsu, because Mizuki just goes genjutsu, and then Naruto just stops where he's at. He's like, then he just watches Vegeta die over and over again, and you can hear him talking. They're like, is he under a genjutsu? Is he asleep? So then all of a sudden, Naruto hair, it rises up. Now his hair isn't purple, is golden. It's like black, and they see his hair rise up, and it turns pink, and then like his aura just spikes, taking down the whole building. Mizuki's like, oh no, what did I do? He thought he could just stress Naruto out, maybe making him die from stress while watching his father die over and over again. But no, Naruto aura just spikes, and Mizuki's the one killing him. So then Naruto, still under the Genjutsu, walks up to Mizuki and like, he freaking brings his body next to him, squeezes Mizuki so hard, his freaking face explodes. So yeah, and everybody's just scared. They're like, help us, Jonin, Anfu. So then they come behind Naruto, and then they see that he was under a Genjutsu, but Naruto didn't kill Mizuki because Mizuki is still alive. That's why the Genjutsu is still there. So then one of the Anfu knocks out Naruto. Because Naruto passed out since you know when he's not used to a SS mode, he goes unconscious, so he can use it till he trains in it. And then they take Naruto to the whole Kage's office, and the whole Kage was like, wow, so that what happened? He unlocked one of his new modes. I'm guessing that one was from the Genjutsu. And they're like, yes, more than likely. Maybe he had to witness somebody's death, or or something. So then, it's been 3 days. Naruto wakes up. He's like, where am I? He's like, where's that snake Mizuki? He killed Paul so many times. And then Gigi's like, stop, Naruto. It was only a genjutsu. He's like, isn't Paul already dead? but they could come back to life. Like, well, in Vegeta, he came back to life over 300 times. So he reached his max. Naruto sighs like, oh, okay, it's a school. Oh, okay, because I know I destroyed it. Because Kurama, she told me that I unlocked Super Saiyan Rose. Now, of course, he put a force field over the kids, but like she told me that I unlocked Super Saiyan Rose. He's like, yeah, just bad. So then he's like, well, I can't wait to have to tell the council this. So then they have a council meeting. Naruto is there, and then Naruto, he's still not going to reveal Naruto's parents till Naruto turns 15 and he's a Jonin. All right, and I'm not going to tell you how, but yeah. And then he explains that Naruto is a reincarnation of a Saiyan. He's like, wait, but wasn't there only one Saiyan still alive? He's like, well, he was the reincarnation of his son. So he's pretty strong. He's stronger than his father because they're strong. You know, Kakarot or Goku, the strongest Saiyan alive, was technically the person who reincarnated himself into Naruto. Master was. So yeah, he was trained by the strongest Saiyan, and he's the second strongest Saiyan's son. Everybody's just shocked, like, well, half son, I guess, because you know he still got his real parents. So everybody's jaw dropped, like, this kid is a Saiyan. We made him for military purposes. Yada yada yada, basic stuff. They're like, no, we're here about the wreck. All right, Naruto was under a genjutsu, so he couldn't control it, unlocking one of his new forms that took stress out on everything around him. Naruto promised he would fix the school. It'll be done before tomorrow. Everybody like, yeah, right. So then Naruto blitz off and like he freaking freezes time because how fast he's running. He just fixes the whole entire school, makes it look super dope. He's like, and then he comes back. He's like, I'm done. They're like, yeah, really? Then Naruto just spins around and picking them all up, taking them to the school. He's like, yeah, like I said, I'm done. Oh man, yeah. But Naruto, they jaw drop, right? They're like, whoa, kid, how did you do this? He's like, I'm just super fast. No, I'm not using my Rose mode because I haven't trained in it. Basically, when I hit my peak of anger and I unlock a new Sang mode, I get knocked unconscious, and my only goal is to take out what hurt me or caused me to be angry. So then the council's like, we do not want to mess with him. What if he destroys the whole village? So then they're like, okay. Then they made a rule not to glare at Naruto and call him demon because of his powers, because of his Genkai. They're not gonna tell him that Naruto's a Saiyan yet, and his Genkai activates when he's angry and is so powerful that it could destroy the whole village. So then they all stopped glaring at him, right? So then Naruto goes home after a long day in school, and then he goes home, takes a shower, and then Naruto says, "What could I do? It's pretty boring." Oh yeah, Naruto also got clearance to everything since he's under the protection of the fourth whole of the third whole Kage. So I'm like, you know what? He summons the Kai. You be right. He's wearing a tux. He wakes her up, and she can see through his eyes, but she don't know that he's wearing a really nice tux, and he has a dress for her on the bed, right? So then Naruto's like, Kurama, do you mind coming out? She's like, no. So then Naruto makes a blood clone, and yeah, no, I mean Naruto releases her chakra, and she manifest, and then Naruto's like, Kyuubi, and then she just sees his tuck him in a tuck, and she and her nose bleeds. Let's just say Naruto and Kyuubi's the same age, alright? When she comes to the human world, right? Without her Nine Tails form. So then Naruto's like, yes, Kyuubi, do you wanna maybe go on a date to kill time or something? Kyuubi hugs him like, yes, yes, yes. Let's go now. He's like, wait, I got something for you. Voila. So then she puts on the red dress. It fits her perfectly. She has red heels, red lipstick on. Her hair is fixed nicely. She has red fingernails, and she got a bracelet and a pink ring on. And let's just say went to visit her grandpa in the sand village, because her grandpa was born there, and Hinata's dad invited her back because he was sorry, and Riz went to go visit her parents in jail. So Naruto was just alone, and then Kyuubi's like, so where do you want to go, Naruto-kun? And then Naruto's like, how about we go to, I have a few places in mind because I already made a reservation. So then Naruto blindfolds her, takes her to the restaurant, opens it, and then she's like, why are we at the Red Dragon? Naruto's like, well, I made reservations here. And then her jaw dropped and she hugged him again like, this is the most expensive restaurant in the town. You're like, yeah, I know, but it's worth it. So then Naruto goes in there because Naruto freaking brought it, so it's basically his. So Naruto walks in. Naruto's like, reservation for Uzumaki. And then he says, oh yes, Sir Uzumaki, come in. And then they go in. They take Naruto up to the second floor. It's the room 19. It's a private booth. And then they're like, are you ready to order, sir? Naruto like, one second. And then he asks her, what do she want? She says she'll have let's just say a small steak and a salad with orange soda. Naruto says, I'll have the Naruto orders the beef steak with vegetable, yeah, and a bottle of apple blush, non-alcoholic, of course. So then the guy's like, busy night, huh? Naruto's like, yep. So then the food comes, Kyuubi drinks her juice, Naruto pours some of the blush in both of their glasses. They go through dinner, yeah. And then Naruto sits next to Kyuubi. He's like, "Good, beautiful evening, isn't it?" And then Kyuubi's like, "Yeah." Then she sends a kiss on the cheek, and then she leaves to go to the bathroom. Naruto touches his cheek like, wow, amazing. Naruto's like a pervert in this one, so yeah, like amazing. So like Naruto and Jiraiya will be best friends. I'm just telling you that. So then Naruto pays, it came up to 14,000 yen. I mean, yeah, 14,000 yen. And then Naruto pays, waits for Kyuubi at the bathroom, and then they both leave out, go home, and then they have the test to become a genie, right? So he not to, all the girls passed it that lived with Naruto. And then Sasuke goes, he passes it, and then and then Kiba goes, passes it with flying colors. Naruto goes, he takes some, he takes the shurikens, throw them all, they all hit in the vital points. Iruka's like, okay, I'm starting to like this kid. And then Naruto takes the kunai, throws them, hits all the vital spots. Everybody's like, wow, he's so cool. And then, Sasuke's fangirl like, nobody's cooler than Sasuke-kun. And then they're like, no, Naruto-kun is better than Sasuke-kun. And then they was like going back and forth. Naruto and Sasuke's like, shut up. And then Naruto and Sasuke look at each other, grin like, you wanna fight? Sasuke's like, sure. Cause, alright, look, Sasuke is basically Gohan's reincarnation. So then Sasuke kind of knows that Naruto is a Saiyan, but Naruto don't know that Sasuke is. So then, yeah, they fight. So then Sasuke, or you could say Gohan, asks, hey, can we fight Saiyan on Saiyan? And I was just like, so you must be Gohan's reincarnation. Old man Vegeta told me that Gohan might be reincarnated here. I never knew it would be you. Fine, let's fight. Saiyan on Saiyan. How many of the Saiyan sages you unlocked? He says, I unlocked Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3. Let's say there's 4, 5, and then rows. So then Naruto goes, I unlocked 1, 2, 3, and rows. Wait, so you skipped 4 and 5? Yeah. Mizuki Sensei made me relive Vegeta's death over and over again. Wait, aren't you Kakarot's son? Trunks or Naruto says he's like, yeah, but I barely see him since, he's dead. But I visited old man Vegeta a few times. He's like, oh yeah, he died, right? He's like, yeah, I went there to visit him and I seen the rocks. So I guessed it was you, Trunks, the son of Vegeta, the strongest Saiyan. Let's fight. Anything you want to put on the line? Gohan says, or Sasuke says, he's like, yeah, 5 million yen. Okay, so you put money on the line. Sasuke puts 6 million yen on the line. So then they fight. So they both enter Super Saiyan 1. They're fighting. Oh yeah, Sasuke only has 3 chakra natures: fire, wind, and lightning. So yeah, they both enter Super Saiyan 1. They all fight. They're fighting like Dragon Ball style, but like a little bit of ninja style, since they gotta fight that way to be even, or they'll be too overpowered and they want to enjoy a fight, So yeah. I say there's more Saiyans, but they don't know about that yet. And then Naruto fights, and Naruto ends up winning by a hair because he body flicker behind Sasuke and kicks him out of bounds. But Sasuke barely got a scratch. Neither does Naruto. Sasuke's like, so you win. Well, let's be friends. Naruto's like, sure. Then they clap it up. The girl's like, what? Aren't they supposed to be like rivals? Because back then, when there were 4, Naruto and Sasuke were rivals. But now that they found out that in their, well, I guess you could say past lives, that they were close, then they became, closer, I guess. Like, now, Gohan and Naruto is the same as Kiba Shikamaru and Naruto, like, they're freaking ride or die friends, you know. So yeah. Then we have like a time skip of like 5 hours. Naruto and Sasuke, they're in the time, not the time chamber, but like a training chamber, because they don't want to mess up the whole freaking village trying to train. So Naruto, but Sasuke kind of lied, because he could enter the Super Saiyan 4. He didn't want to show his trump card yet, and let's just say Super Saiyan 4 is like, let's just say one power, like 10 power levels underneath Super Saiyan Rose. So yeah, Naruto enters Rose, and then Sasuke enters Super Saiyan 4 now. Sasuke's own is black, because you know the Uchiha DNA. So yeah, Naruto's own is, the same gold color and pink, but he infuses his with QB's chakra, making it like a purplish color. And then Naruto's like, oh, so you're infusing it with your special chakra. So then Sasuke mixes his with Susanoo's chakra, and then they're like, this will be fun. So then they just start brawling it out like Loki. They're freaking breaking the training ground, but then training ground is made out of chakra and ki, so it just fixes itself. And then they're like going on for like hours and hours. They're just fighting and fighting, and then Naruto ends up punching Sasuke into the wall.
Didn't I buy some Q-tips?
Yes, they're in. Naruto hits Sasuke into the wall. Sasuke bounces off and hits Naruto into the wall. Then they both pass out from exhaustion. And then when the machine found out that they passed out, is linked to Naruto's house, so they just teleport them both to Naruto's house. And then they both wake up at the same time. It's like 2 in the morning. Naruto gets up, takes a shower, changes his clothes, and then Sasuke goes in, takes a shower, changes his clothes, and they both eat. Now, they could both eat a lot, so they just had a eating contest. They're friends, but they still, contest. So Naruto, I'd say he ate like 20 cow meat, a big like giant fish bone like with a whole bunch of meat. You know what I mean? Like, he ate so much, and he wasn't even done. Naruto had about 400 plates. Now, there was at a restaurant for like challengers. Naruto had like 400 plates, moving on to 401. Sasuke had 397. He's like, darn it, you beat me. He's like, of course I did, but one day you shall reach my level. Naruto leaves, and then Sasuke goes to the Uchiha compound. Now Sasuke's not worried about killing Itachi now, because Gohan, before he left, he told Sasuke that he was, while watching the whole thing, it was his mission, and if Itachi didn't have a choice, he would have been executed, and everybody else there. So it was either Itachi, but Itachi left you alive because he couldn't bear to kill his own brother. So he's not worried about restarting. He still wants to restart a clan, but he's not worried about killing Itachi, like canon. So Naruto and Sasuke, they're like friends, and there's 4 seats. So so it's Sasuke, Naruto, Kiba, Shikamaru, right? And then everybody's jealous, especially like Riz and Hinata, because they're like, we were supposed to sit next to Naruto. you know. And then yeah, let's say I oh yeah, Naruto has his headband, but they still get the choice to go to the academy to learn higher up jutsus, and if they do, which the majority of everybody else did, like the major teams, like the rookie nine, yeah, they stayed to learn some hiring jujutsus. Then they're like, all right, you guys been here too long. So then team seven is Naruto, Kiba, and Sasuke. All right, Naruto, Kiba, Sasuke. Team 8 is Hinata, Riz, and Ino. How convenient. Team 10 is Shikamaru, Sakura, and Choji. Yeah. So, Team 7 waits. Naruto and Sasuke just go to sleep. And they wake up exactly as Kakashi walks through the door. And then they're like, oh, cool. Let me guess. You've seen a black cat and you took the long way around. Sasuke says, and then Naruto's like, maybe he did. He did. Wait, isn't that why I was late this morning? Naruto says, he's like, yeah, you were. I forgot. So then, um, Kakashi's like, my impression of you is, Kiba, you look pretty okay. Naruto, Sasuke, you two are my favorite students. So then Naruto and Sasuke stand up. They walk. Like, we're supposed to meet on the roof, right? Kakashi's like, yep, you guys are definitely my favorite students. I am adopting you right now. And then Naruto and Sasuke goes, psh, like, yeah. And then they're on the roof, but when they leave, before Kakashi looks, they just body flickers to the roof, and they're just waiting, and they're doing like push-ups, so many push-ups, like they're making gravity, and they're just flying up, and then Kakashi's like, how are they doing push-ups in the air? And the kid was like, oh yeah, they're sayings. Oh, okay, that's how. So then they drop back down like, yo, so what are we supposed to do? Like, tell her what we like and dislike in our hopes and dreams. Naruto says, Kakashi walks up and says, kid, I shall adopt you right now. You are now my son. I'm sorry, sensei. I am adopting your son. Alright? So then Kakashi goes, and she says, my likes, I like reading make-out tactics. My dislikes, I hate spoilers for make-out tactics. What I what my dream is to become the best sensei ever, better than the fourth. I mean, better than my sensei the fourth. And then and then it's Kiba's turn. Kiba's like, yes, I want to be. My likes are soba, dogs, steak. My dislikes are Sakura. My dream is to be Naruto's right-hand man when he becomes Hokage. And then Sasuke's turn is my likes. He likes. He says my likes. I like cats. Kiba goes like growls. He said his dislikes are Sakura, and then he wants to be Naruto's left-hand man when he becomes Hokage. So basically, Kiba and Sasuke is going to battle it out because they know Naruto is stronger than him, but they know that they might have a chance. And let's just say Naruto shared a bit of his ki with Kiba, so Kiba could go Super Saiyan 1, and that's it. But yeah. So then, Kakashi's like, so they're fighting over Naruto. So then Naruto goes, he's like, yo, my name's Naruto Uzumaki. You can call me Trunks if you want. Gohan laughs. Yeah, of course. Going by the person who reincarnated you's name, huh? Like, well, that's just my battle name, but my name's Naruto Uzumaki. You could call me Trunks. My liked, I like soba. Disliked, I like soba, ramen, dogs, cats. I also like. That's it. My dislikes: hot soba. I hate it when people want my soba. I also dislike Sakura. I dislike people that hit dogs and cats. And then he says, "My dream is to become the strongest shinobi alive and a better Hokage than a fourth." So then Kakaji's like, in his brain, like, nobody will ever be stronger than your father or the fourth. But Naruto still don't know that his father's the fourth, right? So yeah. So now Naruto says, "So do we gotta like meet up somewhere tomorrow? Cause I'm tired and I don't want to meet any black cats on the way home." So then Kakaji's like, "Yeah, I like you guys. All right, meet me at training ground 7 tomorrow and don't eat." And then Naruto, Kiba, and Gohan, I mean Sasuke, just get it right away. He's like, "It's a suggestion, like a warning, but we can still eat, cause I know me and Sasuke don't fight on empty the stomachs." Now Kiba, he can only enter the first thing. The first thing, so uh maybe Kiba, like Kiba could only enter the first sand stage, so and that drains you really quickly. And like the Super Saiyan 1 could drain your energy pretty fast, but even if you do eat, he still might throw up because he hasn't been training that much in his Saiyan form like me and like as me and Sasuke was. So we don't know, he might not need to eat because he might throw up or get sick, and then plus it'll just not be any purpose because he can't unlock no other Saiyan, right? So now Sasuke's thinking the same thing, so is Kiba. So then they all go back to Naruto's house to spend the night because Naruto's house is like pretty big. Now they all sleep in his room because like they're freaking cool. Shikamaru don't come because he like, yeah, he got to hold with another test, you know. So then yeah. But first they go home to Naruto's house. He's like, "Kiba, we need to train you as much as we can in your Super Saiyan 1 since that's the only one you can open because since you're not a reincarnation, you can't enter Super Saiyan 2 or 3, which don't use any energy from inside of your body but energy from outside. Super Saiyan 4 and 5 is a mixture, and then the rest is just like some random stuff, you know. So it like uses ki in the air and stuff in your bloodlust and whatever. So yeah. Then the kid was like, "Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing." So then Naruto says, "All right, Kiba, open Super Saiyan." Now Kiba, it takes him some time to charge his up. He's not like Naruto and Sasuke. He could just open his for free will or let out a little bit of power. So it takes him like 5 seconds to charge up, and then he opens it. His hair turns like reddish gold with like more canine features. His body don't get covered in aura, but like his nails get longer, and then it's the same thing as Super Saiyan. Just it makes him look more animalistic since clan uses dogs, you know. So yeah, and then Naruto and, Sasuke's like, all right. Then they both enter the first gate. I mean, the first Saiyan mode. But then Naruto teaches him how to maintain it, because Naruto puts like takes him to the time chamber. So Naruto teaches him how to maintain it, and you know how to use it and stuff like that. How to maintain it and how to turn it on at free will whenever he wants, and how to draw out a little bit of its 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 power. And then Kiba learns it really quickly in about a week in the time chamber. And then Sasuke goes over to fighting. He teaches him more of ninja based fighting than like Naruto and Sasuke. They could do all style of fighting, but they prefer um um Tai, like they prefer to use ninja style. So yeah, so then Sasuke teaching them how to fight, how to channel his ki into a certain place to increase his blows, or to kind of release it onto friends to like heal them quicker. Cause yeah, that's what Kiba's own does. Like let's say Kiba's own has a different ability than Naruto's. It might came from his blood, but he didn't get the same abilities. So yeah, Kiba on could heal people and heal his body at an insane rate. Rage meaning like if he breaks his bone, it'll just like fix itself in a few minutes. So yeah, and Sasuke shows him that, and then um yes, it goes like that. And then after about a month, and after about like 4 months in the time chamber, it was like 4 minutes in a railroad. All right, let's just say that. Now they're all 4 months older, but technically they're not, since none of their birthdays passed. So Naruto's birthday is still October. Sasuke, I'm gonna change his because I don't really know or care when his was. Sasuke's own was in December, and Kiba's own was in November. All right, October, November, December. Cool. And they leave the time chamber, go to sleep, wake up, go to the training ground. Now Naruto's late because him and like Sasuke and Kiba left early so they could get some training in. But Naruto ended up sleeping, and he seen a black cat on the way, and he took the long way around. Sasuke like, you're late, dope. And then Naruto's like, well, I seen a black cat and I took the long way around. He was like 3 hours late. So then Kachi comes, and then Sasuke like, you're late too. And then Kakashi like, well, I seen the black cat and I took the long way around. Sasuke like, why didn't you just copy Naruto? And then Kakashi's like, I didn't copy Naruto. Naruto says, well, I was late because I seen a black cat and I took the long way around. Kakashi's like, did you see the same one I did? Naruto's like, well, did you take the west path? Kakashi's like, yes, I did. So then, yeah, they just hit it off there, and then Kakashi goes over like the training bells, and then they all instantly get it. Like they're like, okay, since it's only two of them, that means it has to be a teamwork. So Naruto and Sasuke goes into the Saiyan two, and then Kiba goes into his Saiyan mode, and then Kakashi like, oh, so these are the Saiyans. Why did they put them all on the same team? This is the most overpowered team ever. I can't wait to train them. So then, yeah, from there, Kakashi like, alright, you guys might be Saiyans, but I can't match your speed. Since my father, well, my master, before the fourth was a Saiyan. and he kind of gave me a bit of ki, makes me faster and stronger. Maybe not as much as you guys, but I can match your speed, and I can take a blow. So then Sasuke and Naruto's impressed, like, okay, let's see what you got. But then Kakashi reveals his Sharingan, and then that makes Sasuke like, is he an Uchiha? So then, yeah, because Kakashi's like, yeah, I cannot play around with these guys. So then, yeah, Naruto and Sasuke, they blitz up to him really quick. Kakashi just raises his arm, taking the blow. It don't even scratch him, and then he body flickers away, and then they have until the next day, since Kakashi's underestimating them. So yeah, they have until the next 3 days. So they're trying, and then Naruto's like, he's underground. Then he punches the floor, and then Kakashi comes out, right? And then Naruto makes like hand signs, and he says lightning style, lightning dragon jutsu, and then a lightning storm just appears, and then a dragon comes and pushes Kakashi to the floor, and then Kakashi's like, nice one, kid. So then Kakashi, puts his arm out with his other hand grabbing it, and then chakra starts to build up, and it starts to cackle, and he's like, Chidori. Then he blitz up behind Naruto, and then puts the Chidori, but Naruto blocks it. He's like, nice one, Sensei. You have to teach it to me and Sasuke, since we both have lightning style jutsus. Kakashi's like, of course I will. You guys are my most promising students, of course, and also you, Kiba. Yeah. So then Kiba, he poofs away because it was a shadow clone, and he comes up from the ground, and he steals the bells, and then gives them to Naruto and the other one. He says to the team, and then Sasuke, and then Kakashi claps. It only took them 45 minutes to beat me. Huh, how cool. Now Kiba, no, they all didn't eat, right? So their stomach is growling. Kakashi's like, the food is over there, because they still ended up not eating because they didn't know how long it would take, and the Saiyan mode, if you especially Super Saiyan 1 uses a lot of energy, and they expect it to wrap it up quickly, but yeah. So they eat, and then Kakashi's like, all right, let's go do some missions. Now they got F and D rank missions, and then everybody's like, dude, we're too powerful for this. Like, yeah, I know. And then they do like 100 D rank missions, 40 F rank missions, and then they're in the whole Kage's office getting their pay. And then Naruto says, look, Gigi, give us a rank mission or C rank mission. Come on, Gigi. So then he like, for you, Naruto, because yeah, you are pretty strong. Yeah, I forgot that you are sane. So then he says, you know what? You guys have to protect the bridge builder, and he's like, Naruto, Sasuke, you guys will enjoy a fight. Actually, enjoy the fight. And then Naruto and Sasuke grins like, yes, bandits. I'm guessing that means there must be some really strong bandits after him. And GG like, or Lord Dirt was like, yep, you have to protect him from bandits and thieves trying to stop him. So then, yeah, they meet him, and instead of they look weak, the guy's like, they're too, that dog boy, he looks like the leader of the bunch, the weak one. He does have, he is a bit strong. Then he said the black-haired one, Sasuke. He looked like he's trying to be like the purple-haired one. Like he's trying to do everything he does, train like he does. Now Sasuke is more buffed than Naruto, but Naruto is still stronger. And then he looks at the purple, and he's like, promising. Now he knows. Now he don't know that there's Saiyans. He's like promising. But why does he look like that Saiyan Trunks? Because he has a picture. Because his great like 3 million great grandfather was friends with Trunks, and they took a picture and passed it down. And he has a picture. He's like, is this like his son or something over the years? So then the guy asks, "Hey kid, are you related to Trunks?" And then Naruto says, "I am Trunks. I'm his reincarnation." And then the guy's jaw dropped. Oh wow, cool. So you're Saiyan, yeah. And so is my friend Sasuke. He is the reincarnation of Kakarot's son, or you might know him as Goku. Yeah, he's his son. My father is of course Vegeta, the second strongest saying Vegeta, or the King of Destruction. Now nobody knew that his father's name, that Vegeta was the king of the destruction, but Kakarot or Goku, and he told Gohan. So then he kind of knew, but he was shocked that Naruto knew, because Naruto barely even knew Vegeta. So then, everybody's like, "Oh, snap, okay." And, and then yeah, so basically they travel. Naruto sees a water puddle. He looks at Kiba and Sasuke. Then they're like, mm-hmm. Then Kakashi sees the two. He's like, yeah, not Kakashi. He could open up Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3, since his master, let's just say his master was Goku Black. Alright? Yeah. Goku Black. And he taught him how to use all 3 Super Saiyans. So then Kakashi enters Super Saiyan 2. Naruto and Sasuke shocked. And so is Kiba. So then Naruto and Sasuke enters Super Saiyan 1, and Kiba enters Super Saiyan 1, and then they get in a fighting stance, but they put like the guys under an illusion, make it seem like they're still walking, because one of them specialized in illusion jutsu, the bridge builder. So yeah, that's his Kekkei Genkai illusion. And yeah, so then the guys come out and throw a demon wind shuriken, and then Naruto just catches it. The guy's like, wait, what? I thought. Then the bridge builder deactivates his jujutsu, and then Kakashi just comes up behind him and knocks them both out and questions them. He's like, blah 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 blah, like in the canon. And then he looks at the bridge builder like, you put it in as a C rank mission. You didn't tell us that there was mercenaries after you. This should be an A rank mission. These kids are pretty strong, but they're not ready for an A rank mission. Now Kakashi, Naruto and Sasuke like, yeah, we aren't ready. We might look strong, but we're not that strong. We didn't master our powers, and we're not experienced. And then Kiba, he's mainly for healing and like brute, so he's not ready neither. So then the guy says, yes, I know, but I didn't want no like freaking army of ninjas, so I just put it in as a sync mission. So the guys forgive him, then they go to his house, and Naruto was alone. He got the stairs and stuff like that. So then Naruto and still feels like he was like the dead last and stuff still. So yeah. And the boys, and then the guy says, these are ninjas, they're from the leave. Naruto says, yeah, I'm gonna be the best hero alive. And then the kid says, heroes. There's no such thing as real heroes. Then Naruto's eye just flinched like, what did you say, brat? Naruto's like, then the kid says, you heard me. There's no real heroes. They're all fake phonies. So then Naruto smashes his head in the table. I might not know you, kid, but look, heroes are real, alright? You just don't like them because you're weak. You're a loser. Then Naruto runs off, and then Sasuke like, dude, that was a bit too hard on him. He's like, no, I just said what needed to be said. And then the kid just starts crying because he's like, then Kakashi goes, kid, those words, Naruto probably said it to himself 1,000 times over. The people in the village hated him for wanting to become the strongest because of what he had. He didn't have a mother or father. So then Kakashi explains everything, and then except that Naruto's a reincarnation, of course. But then they all started crying like, "Oh wow, I didn't know. I'm so sorry." And then you know that's how Naruto and the kid become friends, like in canon. And then yeah, Naruto and Sasuke senses that there's malevolent key. So then they tell Kakashi and Kiba. So then they're like, yeah, because Kiba could kind of sense the key, but he's not as good as Naruto and Sasuke is. So he's like, okay, so that's what that feeling was, is key. Yeah, but only Saiyans could sense it, so that means there's another Saiyan. Wait, this feels more like Kid Buu. Yeah, he was a reincarnation too, but he took over the body, so like Kid Buu.
Put this back in your wallet.
Okay. Now Kakashi and Kiba, they're like, who is this Kid Buu? He's like, back when the people that we were reincarnated as was alive, live 300 billion years ago, there was an evil one. His name was Kid Buu, and he was a match for Gohan's father Kakarot or Goku, and he's really deadly. He doesn't even spare a life. And guess what? He was in Zabuza's body, so yeah, that'll be good. And then, but Kid Buu and Haku still go strong. Haku's a girl this time, and you'll see where I'm going with this one. So then Kakashi's like, oh man, so somebody stronger than you guys, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of us combined would manage to make him bleed, but I don't think we could kill him unless Sasuke, we gotta go back in the time chamber. What do you mean? Don't tell me we have to unlock. Yup, Super Saiyan, legendary Super Saiyan. We have to unlock it. Dang it. Sasuke's like, but that'll take years. Well, we could put time stop on our body so we won't age, but we can still train for those years. And then he's like, sure. And then they teach Kiba how to unlock Super Saiyan Rage, since it's a part of Super Saiyan 1, but it's a lot stronger and it makes fire come off of you. And then they teach Kakashi how to use Super Saiyan Green. Alright, then Naruto and Sasuke, they train to use legendary Super Saiyan. Legendary Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. So yeah, they basically learned that. It took them five years, but they were still the same age. And then they leave. It was only like 5 hours in the real world. Then they shave and stuff like that because their body still aged a bit, like their hair. So yeah, they leave and they leave, and then Naruto says, "Alright, guys. So tomorrow we're gonna head out to the to um to the place so he could build, right?" And then they're like, "Yes, we are. We are." So then he's like, "Cool." So then Naruto says, "Alright, guys, remember what we've been training on these past 5 years." So then, yeah. Naruto, basically, his hair looks like that now. Like it's long. Like that. And, yeah. So then, but Kiba learned the rage. But, yeah. Naruto knows how to use it, too. Since they, like, progress to unlock everything else. Like, they know God. And, yeah. So, the next day they go and Naruto and Kiba, they're in like a U formation. Kachi's in the front, Naruto's in the back, Kiba and Sasuke is on the side. And then Naruto senses something. He throws a kunai. Then he sees it's a snow rabbit. Naruto's like, duck. Everybody else is like, what do you mean? It's a snow rabbit. It's the middle of summer. Duck is used for transformation. I mean, like a switch places in jutsu. He's like, oh snap, and everybody duck, and then they're like, ooh, that was a close one, because a big freaking sword just passes by them, and then Kakashi like Zabuza. Then Sasuke and Naruto's like, Kid Buu. Kakashi's like, what do you mean? That Zabuza guy. He's actually Kid Buu. Kid Buu is in his body, and I'm guessing he could take over at free will. So I was like, yes, you're right. Me and that Kid Buu guy is really close. And then Zabuza starts to attack. Kakashi, he enters Super Saiyan. He enters Super Saiyan Grade 2. And then he starts to fight him, and then Kid Buu takes over, and then well, Kid Buu lets Zabuza open up Super Saiyan Grade 3. And then, yeah, so then they fight it, and then Kakashi gets knocked away, and then Zabuza teleports between everybody trying to get to the bridge builder and kill him, right? So then Naruto and Sasuke punch him, but they're not in inner mode. He flies back a tiny bit, but not much. So then they're like, okay. And then Naruto enters Super Saiyan Rage. He's not going all out. And Sasuke enters Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan Rage is right above Super Saiyan 3. So yeah. They enter that, and then Kakashi gets up and enters Super Saiyan God. And Kiba enters Super Saiyan Rage. And then the bridge builder like, wait, they're all Saiyans? No, only me and Kakarot's son is true Saiyans. The other one just have shared key. So the Kid Buu's like, Kakarot, which one of you is Goku's son? And then Sasuke says, I am. Then he teleports and punches and tries to punch him in the face, but then Buu fully takes over and he turns pink, and he's like, so you're showing yourself, huh, Buu? He's like, yes, I need to go all out on Kakarot's son, the one that killed me. And like, yes, we'll have fun. Wait, do you know chakra? So then Naruto runs to his hand size. He's like, fireball jutsu. Blows a like 20-foot fireball. Buu just puts out his finger and cancel it, cause it don't even hurt him. He just slices it away. He's like, huh? Hold on. let me see what Saiyan mode do Buu use. So basically, they're just fighting, right? Alright, so Kid's Buu zone is called Saiyan Dark, which is like cancellation one, right? So then, yeah, I just made it up. So then Kid Buu comes out and he traps Naruto in a water prison because he knows chakra too, right? I mean Kakashi in a water prison, and he makes a water clone, and Naruto's like, dang it, and then he thinks of a plan without even telling him. Then Naruto, he makes a whole bunch of clones, jumps on the water clone, and then of course he like the same thing in canon, make the demon shuriken, throws it to Sasuke, and but Sasuke looks like himself. He don't look like Goten, but he's pretty real with like a few of Goten's features, like his hair and stuff. But yeah, he throws it, and then he's like, so that was your plan, Naruto. When Demon Juice, and then he throws it like the same thing, and then Naruto throws it, hits the kunai, making him, release Kakashi. Kakashi tries to use his Chidori, but Haku comes and knocks him out, and then Naruto's like, that wasn't a real bounty hunter, and Kakashi's like, yeah, I know. So then, let's just say they have 3 weeks until the guy needs to come back, right? So then Kakashi wants to teach them how to do chakra control, because they're all trash at it. So then, well, Kiba passes it within like 2 days, but Naruto and Sasuke, it takes them a long time. And let's just say, while Sasuke was sleeping, Naruto left, and he was training all night, and then he runs into Haku, a girl, and then he's like, oh wow, you're pretty cute. And then Haku blushes like, oh, am I? And then Naruto's like, yeah, what's your name? He's like, Haku. And then he's like, okay, what you doing out here? He's like, I'm collecting herbs for my friend. So then she said that Naruto knew. He's like, so then Naruto's like, well, I have to go. And she's like, okay. And then Naruto says, tell Zabuza I said hi. And then she gets ready to fight. She's like, I'm not trying to fight you, okay? But you should change your ways. Think about it. Like, okay, so basically, I'm just going to tell you. Naruto's going to talk no jutsu Haku into joining them. Joining to Naruto. And then she, becomes one of the girls that like Naruto. And yeah, so I'm going to just go through that right now. So then he don't tell him. He just goes, yeah, guys, I managed to climb up the tree. Because Naruto made it up, but then he fell from chakra exhaustion, even with his large amounts. So then they're like, cool. And then the next day, Sasuke gets it. And then they're like, cool. And then Naruto, he eats. Him, Sasuke, and Kiba have a eating contest, because now that Kiba can unlock Super Saiyan Rage, he needs a lot of food to fuel it. Unlike because Kiba's version, it takes chakra and ki and mixes it together to enhance his physical and healing capabilities. So he needs a lot of food. So they all have an eating contest. Naruto eats like five wild boars, 3 cows, 200 chickens, and then Sasuke just eats 2 less of everything Naruto ate. And then Kiba, he ate more than Naruto, surprisingly. And then yeah, Kakashi's like, dang, you guys can eat a lot. Because Kakashi, he don't rely on his Saiyan as much as they do. He mainly uses his chakra and saves his Saiyan, but But then they learn like they shouldn't show their trump card too early. So then they start to rely more on their saying. But that's for a later conversation. So then yeah. So then it's been a week. Naruto is hanging out with the kid. They go fishing. Naruto's like a big brother to him, right? And then yeah, the day comes, they fight kind of like in canon, but Naruto, he stays hidden because after he left the house, he stays hidden when he finds out that they were battling, and then Naruto secretly throws him kunais and hides, and he appears behind Zabuza, knocks him out. Then he says, Haku, where are you? Then he sees Sasuke and he gets mad. Then he sees Sasuke with needles in him. He gets mad and jumps down. He's like, Haku, I know you're here. Come on, please change your ways. He's like, what are you to Zabuza? She's like, I'm more like his slave, no, his tool. He's like, really? Do somebody special to you treat you like this, huh? Come on, just come back with us, Haku. Your life will be better, okay? I'll make sure that don't hurt you, all right? And then Haku's heart just skips a beat, and it starts beating faster, and it keeps skipping. You're like, what's going on? In her head, and then Naruto says, please, Haku. Then she passes out from being flustered, and then Naruto catches her. She's asleep, and then the smoke disappears, and then there's that short guy with the glasses. I don't even want to say his name. Yeah, but then they see him, and he has like a whole army, and they all have ki because Kid Buu shared his ki, and then he's like, oh, so now I have a reason to kill you. You joined the enemy. And then Zabuza Sash Kid Buu stand up. He's like, well, I didn't join, but that Snake Haku did. He's like, more than enough reason to kill you. And then Naruto says, Super Saiyan Rage, and then everybody else activates the same mode, and then they go fighting them off, and then Kakashi uses his Chidori, and with the Super Saiyan, it turns into lightning all of his aura, making him 10 times faster because he uses lightning style, and then he activates Chidori, and his whole arm became lightning, and you don't need it to be straight. So then he just blitz and he kills Zabuza, and then Naruto just takes out everybody else and Goto's army. And then next Haku wakes up. She's like, I want to take care of Goto, Naruto-kun. But she says Naruto-kun in a whisper. But Sasuke and Kiba heard it. He's like, wow, Naruto, you get all the girls. So then so then she does like the ice sandbombs and kills Goto. They go back. The guy finishes the bridge. He calls it the Great Naruto Bridge like in canon. And then yeah, they return back to the village. Naruto's like, finally, I'm back. And Akiba and Sasuke goes to their houses. Naruto brought Sasuke a house not that far from his. It's like 20 minutes away. And then Kiba goes back to the Inuzaka compound. And then yeah, Naruto goes back to his house, and then there is Hinata, Riz, and Ino waiting. And then they see that he's carrying another girl. They all get mad. They're like, oh, so who is she, huh? Like, she's just going to be living with us for now if she wants to say she can. Yeah, long time no see, girls. Then they all rush to Naruto, giving him kisses. Then Naruto just blushes and passes out from being flustered. So then he wakes up like, what happened? Then he remembers, then his nose bleeds like, oh wow, yeah. And then Haku's there, they're wearing the same thing that she always wears, and then Kyuubi comes out. She's like, Naruto-kun, and then everybody else like, who is this strange lady's voice? And then Naruto's like, Kurama, long time no see, miss. And I thought I had to let you out. She's like, no. And then she's like hugging him, just talking like, no, I learned how to let myself out. And then all the girls are like jealous, like, oh, so how can she help Naruto-kun? And then you get it all jealous. Alright? And then tuning exams come up in 2 months. Naruto the girls, Kiba, Sasuke, and is training, right? In the training chamber. And Naruto tells the girls that didn't know that he's a reincarnation, and so is Sasuke. And Sasuke's dad was the person that reincarnated themselves into Mii's master, which was the strongest Saiyan. And yeah, so basically I'm stronger than his dad, and my father, the second strongest Saiyan. I'm stronger than him. And then Sasuke is a little bit stronger than his dad, but he's not stronger than my dad. Since my dad is the god of the destruction, or well, Trunks' dad. So then all the girls are like, "Wow, Naruto-kun, you're so cool." And then Sasuke gets jealous because he don't like the girls, but like he's mad that they're all complimenting Naruto and stuff like, Naruto, you dope. Because he still gets jealous, but yeah. So Naruto and Kiba, they start to train in rage, while Sasuke trains in his legendary form. And then once Kiba masters rage, Kiba starts to do his training for his own clan technique. And then Naruto and Sasuke start to train in legendary and rage. Once they master it, they're like, cool. Naruto kind of looks like what Trunks looks like in this picture now. Now just a little bit taller, like maybe like an inch taller, and he doesn't have that kind of sword. He has a Tonto, and yeah. So the tuning exams come up. First, was the I believe the test was first. Naruto, Sasuke, and Kiba, they ace it. So does Hinata, and Ino, and Rias does. Haku, she don't take it because when she entered, she was already tuning. So yeah. And then next was the little battle, like Neji versus Hinata. And when Neji completely destroys Hinata, that makes Naruto mad because Hinata had to go to the hospital, and everybody just senses Naruto's bloodlust, and they all back away. Neji's like, oh, so what you gonna do about it, huh? Then Naruto just body flickers behind Neji, and then grabs him and then teleports away. Then he just starts beating him up to like a bloody pulp, and then he returns, dropping Neji. Neji has broken arms and broken legs, and his nose and his face is all bloody. He's like, that's what I would do. And then he just leaves, and then since it didn't happen, and the arena is not counted, and then we get Naruto versus Rock Lee. Now Rock Lee could enter eight gates, right? Let's just say there's 10 gates, and all the gates is basically 1% weaker than the Saiyan. So like the first gate is 1% weaker like that, and then legendary is 10% is 1% weaker than rage. All right, so yeah, because then there's a skip and then rage. So yeah. Naruto's like, okay, so you're the kid that can use the gates, huh? Well, I guess I shouldn't hold back on you. Like, and then Lee's like, don't hold back on me. I want to experience your youthful power. And then Naruto's like, all right. Super Saiyan, rage. Then his hair just turns gold, spikes up with lightning and stuff. Then he gets into a Tai Jutsu stance. And then Kiba Shock, he's like, Naruto, you never used Tai Jutsu. He's like, but I know how to. And since he's using it, why shouldn't I? But Naruto's using the East Brazilian Tai Jutsu, with the elements. So yeah. So then Guy notices it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Lee doesn't stand a chance because it's called. I'm just name it the elemental dance, and yeah, it's probably one of the strongest Tai jutsus after Let me think of one. Feet of Fury. All right, I'm just making up names. Feet of Fury, where you just use your feet to fight. All right, he's like. Lee, you're not gonna make it. Just surrender. And then Naruto's like, I'll go easy on them in the Tai Jutsu, but I won't hold back though. Lee's like, sure. Then they just both vanish, and then Naruto just blocks his punches, and then he punches Lee. Lee flies up. Lee opens the second gate, and then Naruto opens Super Saiyan 2. And his hair gets longer, and his body gets more buff, and then Lee's like, you have to teach that to me. I can't, because you got to be born with it. And they just fight, and then Naruto knocks Lee out of the ring. Everybody's like, wow, because they was fighting for a whole hour, because Lee managed to block Naruto's hits. He still took some hits, but yeah, Lee managed to block him. Naruto's like, good job, bushy brows. And then Naruto deactivates his form. His body, goes back to normal, and so does his hair. Hair is like the same length as in the picture now. Yeah. So then, his hair turns back like pinkish purple, and yeah, he walks up. Then is Kiba versus. Let me think. Kiba versus Sasuke. And then Naruto's like, Kiba's like, alright, Sasuke, I know you're probably gonna beat me, but I can still redeem myself in the next battle. Because if you win, you don't have to fight again to the forest of death. So, Sasuke automatically opens Rage. Super Saiyan Rage, and then so does Kiba. And then Kiba's mom is like, wait, he's a Saiyan? Naruto's like, no, but I shared some of my ki with him, allowing him to open Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan Rage. So then Kiba's mom's like, well, thank you, demon. Because she has a crush on Naruto, but she don't want to show it. And she's like 19. Alright, because she had Kiba young. Nah, she's like 23. Because she had Kiba really young. And, yeah, Kiba and, Sasuke, they're battling it out. Kiba manages to blow Sasuke to the ceiling. Sasuke jumps off and then punches Kiba in the face, and then they just start exchanging blows, and then Kiba, he's getting tired, so then Sasuke just punches him, and then Kiba passes out from using too much energy. Then they're like, Sasuke wins this round, and then the rest don't matter. Then there's the round 2 for the people that lost. But there was Kiba versus Lee. Kiba won, and then yeah. Next, they're in the forest of death. Now, the whole thing with Orochimaru still happens, but Sasuke don't get the curse mark because Naruto ends up beating him to a bloody pulp, trying to mess with his friend, and then Naruto gets the shows. They go to the place, yeah, like in canon, or in any other what if, and then yeah, they wait, turn in shows, and then they're like, man, there's still so many people here. So then they're like, all right, preliminary rounds, and then Neji, he's just beaten to a bloody pulp still. So it's no longer Neji versus Naruto, right? So then Naruto's like, who is a worthy enough opponent for me? So then the whole Kage made a rule bin. He's like, Naruto, since you're so strong, you get to fight the Jonin of your choice. He's like, is that so? Then Naruto says, I want to fight Guy. Then everybody's like, Guy. He's like, well, the gates is is 1% lower than the Saiyan modes. So if Lee could hold his own against Super Saiyan 2, I want to see if his master is as good as if the master is as good as the student. So then Guy's like, sure, but I hope you know I can use all 10 gates. Alright, good. Then I could enter Super Saiyan Rage. Then Naruto opens up Super Saiyan Rage, right? And then Guy opens up the eight gates, but Naruto's in like a regular fist fight form, not his Tai Jutsu. Then Naruto says, fighting style, body encasement. Then he encases his whole body in lightning, doing the same thing Kakashi did. Kakashi like, so he's doing what I did to make him 10 times faster. Cool. And then Naruto just blitz off, and him and Guy is exchanging blows. It's been going on for an hour now. Guy managed to get a few hits on Naruto, so did Naruto. So then Naruto's like, you're good, old man. But not good enough. Then Naruto just stops, and then Lee punches him. He's like, good job. Naruto flicks him. Lee goes flying into the freaking ocean. Everybody's like, this guy is strong. But Naruto's like, I did enjoy the fight, so that's good. Because if the fight would have been boring, he would have been gone within the first second. Sasuke and Kiba's like, yeah, you're right. He likes to enjoy a fight. We don't. We just like to end the fight as quick as we can. Now, all I have to say is Madara. Oh yeah, him and Naruto is pretty much rivals because, well, even though Madara's dead, but Madara knows, and Madara also has a Saiyan in him, but he killed him and stole all of his powers. Yeah. So Madara's like, that darn Saiyan. And then after that, is Kiba versus Genma. You see, anybody with Saiyans gets to go against a Jonin. And then there's Kiba versus Kakashi. Kakashi. If the Jonins win, they move up to Sanin. All right. It's Kiba versus Kakashi. Kiba and then Kiba ends up getting tired of Kakashi, so forfeits the match, and then he still stays at Jonin, and Kiba moves up to Chunin. And then there's Sasuke versus, let me think, Genma, yeah, and Kakashi took over the collar. Genma just gets blown out the round within like 4 seconds. And they're like, Sasuke wins. And then yeah, so then So then after that, they get their Chunin vest and stuff like that. The thing with Gaara that never happened, so yeah. And then of course Sasuke wasn't late or nothing because Orochimaru got beaten to a bloody pulp. And then oh yeah, of course the girls won because Naruto got to marry them. So yeah. And then Naruto, and then the third Hokage says, Naruto Uzumaki, and the citizens of Konoha, I have something I've been hiding from you guys. I was told not to tell any of you guys this until Naruto Uzumaki turned became a Chunin or Jonin. And right now Naruto is a high ranked Chunin. So I am allowed to tell him. Naruto Uzumaki, your father is the fourth Hokage. Naruto just was like, huh? Like he just starts to fanboy over his own dad. Like Deku fanboying over All Might, yeah. He's like, the fourth Hokage, oh my gosh, wait, so I'm the fourth Hokage-san, so cool. And he's like, your mother was the last of the Uzumaki clan, and technically you are the now last. So you get both Uzumaki and Namikaze clan grounds. He's like, can I just merge them and still have everything that's in there? He's like, yes. Okay, I am now known as Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, but by people that I'm not but only my friends could call me Trunks. They're like, cool. So then everybody just starts rushing up to him like, how do you feel about being a fourth Hokage? And he's like, really? I feel great. Like, I'm such a big fan of him, and for me to know that he's my father, it's like heartwarming, you know. Then Naruto's eyes just start to tear up, and then GD says, "Oh yeah, also Naruto, you get all of your father's techniques, and you get to learn how to control the Uzumaki Genkai." Naruto's like, "What is that?" He says, "Chakra chains." And Naruto's like, cool. And then Naruto goes to the estate after selling his house and packing everything up. The estate is pretty big, like really big. It got 2 training grounds, underground bunkers. There's a main branch and then 2 side houses, and then there's a vault with you know all this stuff, a kitchen. There's 20 bedrooms in the main house, 5 bedrooms in each side house. There's a giant pool. There's like a garden of roses and flowers. Haku stays in the garden because that's where she likes. And then you know Ria's and stuff. They're like, man, I can't wait to crack these beds in. Whoa, like yeesh, our backs hurt. We can't ready to get some sleep. Because they don't get any breaks during the tuning exams. So, yeah. You know, so it's like, ladies, welcome home. You know? So, like, Naruto and Sasuke and Kiba, they just party. You know, they're drinking freaking apple blush. Because Naruto brought like 30 bottles of apple blush. And Kiba and Sasuke also loves apple blush. He just brought apple blush and video games and freaking music. But they was in the side house partying because they didn't want to wake up the girls. So they was partying, yeah. Pull up on your night. Tell your man I'm sorry. You know what I'm talking about. And then Naruto, he's basically drunk off of the apple blush. So then he's like, okay. Sasuke, aren't you the last of the Uchiha clan? So why aren't you under a CCRA? Naruto says he's like, so I don't like girls. And then Naruto was like, yo, that boy sus. And then Sasuke's like, yeah, Naruto-kun. And then Naruto's like, nah, man, back away from me, bro. And then they all just have fun the rest of the night. Naruto goes upstairs, fall asleep, and then he wakes up to see all the girls in his bed, like Kurama, Hinata, Rias, Hako, Ino, Like, they're all there. Naruto just wakes up like, yo, what happened? What happened, bro? They're like, sorry, Naruto, we couldn't sleep by ourselves last night. So, yeah. Then they all give Naruto a good morning kiss on the cheek. And then Naruto just walks out the room, and then followed behind him is a whole bunch of girls. Kiba and Sasuke's jaw dropped like, this guy is a player. They just see like 6 girls walk out the room behind Naruto. They're like, well, dang, you had a fun night, huh? He's like, nah, I just went to sleep. They're like, whoa, rude, bro. So rude. And then, yeah. They go downstairs to see that Kurama made a clone, and it was cooking. Naruto, Sasuke, and Kiba, they all go to the bathroom and shower. They just talking, chilling. They're like, hey, yo, bro, I wonder if there's a drug in the air that makes us see the world a certain way, and then when we take drugs, do it make us see the world how it actually is? Naruto's like, and then Kiba and Sasuke just burst out laughing. They're like, you nerd, what are you talking about? And then Naruto's like, what? I'm thinking, like facts, bro. Like, you're never the least interesting world because someone's going to be interested into you, you know? Naruto's stuttering because he couldn't, like, make out the words, you know? So, yeah. And then, this is pretty long because I want this to have, like, a lot of story and plot. And then part 2, I'm going to finish it off. And then part 3 will be the ending. But, like, so then they get out the shower, go downstairs. All the girls jealous, like, oh, we couldn't bathe with Naruto-kun, but the guys can. So they're just jealous still. So, and then they see that Naruto's shirtless because his shirts were dirty. They all blush, and Sasuke's kind of blushing inside because he kind of likes Naruto, but he also likes girls. So Sasuke's just kind of blushing, seeing that Naruto is freaking 13 with a six-pack, and is so refined. So then they go downstairs, and Naruto, he just eating shirtless. Other girls just staring at him like, man, I wish I was that food right now. And then they snap out of it. They're like, so Naruto-kun, we know you passed. That's nice. And he's like, thank you. Oh yeah, also, girls, tonight we have a job to do. And then all the girls like, what is it? He's like, I'm gonna train you so hard, you're gonna wish you never liked me. With an evil laugh. She's like, what are you doing? What are you gonna do to us? He's like, you heard me, I'm gonna train you. So then, after they eat, Naruto says, ladies and gentlemen, follow me. So Naruto goes down to the vault, right? Let's say Hinata has a water chakra nature. Ino has a wind chakra nature. Rias has a fire chakra nature. Haku has water and wind chakra nature. And of course her ice Genkai. And Naruto has all 5. Sasuke has fire, wind, and lightning. Kiba has fire and water. And yeah, Naruto pulls out books of advanced jujutsus and all of their things. And then Naruto takes out books for him and his dad's secret stash, and he also gives Kiba a healing jutsu book because, you know, Kiba uses his power to heal also. So then they're just reading and training for the next 12 hours. All the girls like, Naruto-kun, you trained us so hard, you know? And they're just out of breath painting. Kiba just has like a little sweat. So does Naruto and Sasuke. The girls are like, how are you guys not tired? And then Naruto and Sasuke says, well, we are reincarnations. Kiba like, well, I do have some of Naruto's powers. So then the girl's like, darn you, Kiba. Naruto-kun, give us some of your powers. We don't care how you give it to us. So then Naruto walks up, kiss them all, gives them like a tiny bit of his ki. All the girls blush like, what happened? Then they all faint. Sasuke's like, good game, my brother. Good game, my brother. And then after that, they see Naruto shirtless again, cooking dinner. And anytime Naruto cooks, it is perfect. It makes anybody blush. So Naruto cooked. He made rice. He made rice with tea with some lamb and with some vegetables and stuff. And then the girls eat it up so quickly. They're like, oh my gosh, Naruto, thank you. We were so hungry. And then Sasuke's like, but Naruto made like 2 giant jumbo pots. Like, it is about the size of 3 4K TVs. And then Sasuke's like, hey yo, I want a whole pot. And I was like, of course. I made the whole pots for us. Duh. The small pot is for the girls. Now let's go outside so we can eat a lot quicker. So then the girls look, and then they see them with like giant chopsticks just shoving their faces, like blowing it and then shoving it in their face so quickly. They're like, well, dang. And then the guy's like, oh man, I'm not even full yet. He was like, bro, you call that a dinner, bro? What was that? That was only a snack. And I was like, that's what I made. 20 extra copies, yeah. And then they're like, yeah, let's enjoy. And they just start eating. The girl's like, what? It only took them 30 minutes to eat those big old pots. And then they're like, oh yeah, I'm full now. And they only gained like a pound. The girl's like, boys, like girls, they could only eat like 1 gram of sugar and gain like 400 pounds. So then like they're like, how did they only gain 1 pound after eating maybe like a bajillion pounds of fat? So then yeah, they go to sleep. You know, the girls sleep in Naruto's room again. And yeah, let's say, alright, I'm about to do a 3-year time skip. Alright, Naruto gets the CRA and stuff. It's still Kyuubi, Hinata, Riz, Haku, and then let's say a 1 month time skip, all right? Because Naruto still needs to be 12. All right, so yeah, Naruto and meets Jiraiya, right? Because Naruto went to the girl hot springs to pee, and he met Jiraiya. Jiraiya's like, so you must. So Jiraiya thinks, oh, so that's the brat, Minato's son, and he's a pervert too. Perfect. Me and him will get along just right. So then, Naruto and Naruto and Jiraiya, they're just hitting it off, talking about pervert stuff, and then Naruto says, well, I gotta go train, and Jiraiya's like, well, can I help you? He's like, yeah, I'm working on this wind style left by my father. He's like, do you know who your father is? He's like, yeah, the fourth Hokage. And he's like, okay, so they told you. Well, I was your father's trainer, and I taught him how to use the Rasengan, and I'm guessing that's what you're trying to master? Yes, that's exactly it. So then, Naruto goes, do you want to train me? He's like, yeah, and aren't you also like a Saiyan? Naruto says, yeah, how did you know? I don't tell everybody that. Well, word spread it that they seen you using your Saiyan powers during the fight, and word got around pretty quickly. So yeah, of course it did. Sorry. So he's like, no problem, because I would love to train a Saiyan. And you're perfect? He's like, yeah, I got 5 girlfriends that I'm about to marry, but I still need 15 more. And then Jiraiya's jaw dropped. He's like, 15? Really? 15? He's like, yeah. So then Jiraiya teaches Naruto how to make the Rasengan. Naruto does. Then Naruto's like, wait, can I use my Saiyan powers with this? So then he tries to use his key, and he goes in different forms, and he notices the different modes makes a different form of the Rasengan, and then he tries to mix it with different chakranators like wind, fire, lightning, water, and they all come out different. And then he used one where he mixed all five chakranators, and it basically it's like a freaking ball. It's like a miniature nuke. So Naruto says, "Whoa, this thing seems powerful." Jiraiya, let's go to the training tube. So then he touches Jiraiya with the other hand, and he puts a force field up and throws it. The whole training tube explodes, taking out half of the freaking bottom of the moon. So then half of the moon. So then they teleport back. Yeah, I gotta be careful when I use this. So then, Naruto says, I've never tried using Saiyan mode with my Kurama chakra. Alright, then he draws out some of the Naruto's chakra. It circles around him. Then he uses his Super Saiyan Rage. And then Naruto's like, whoa, I feel so much power coursing through my body. And then, hold on, let me see. Naruto shares it with Jiraiya, but Naruto doesn't get it back when he can't cancel it. Jiraiya ends up observing it because it ended up being like having nature chakra in it. So now Jiraiya could use Super Saiyan Rage with Kurama in it, but that's it. Yeah, bro, I'm gonna make a whole bunch of Saiyans but none of them get to CRA since they're a part of Naruto's bloodline. So yeah. So then I was like, man, I can't wait till I get a son. What would I name him? He just thinking, and then Jiraiya's like, hey, yo, kid, in a few months we're gonna be leaving on a mission to find the next whole Hokage. And Arthur like, yeah, I know Gigi's gonna be retiring. He's like, yeah. So then, time skip 3 months. Naruto is wearing this, like he got the tattoo on his hand, centipede. And Naruto's just wearing that outfit, and then all the girls just like, they're just sweating. They're like, Naruto, I'm gonna miss you. And they all give him a hugging kiss, and Naruto's like, alright, bye. Then he gives says he have like 1,000,000 kunais and shurikens. He gives like 500 to Kiba, 500. 100 to 100 of each to Sasuke and Kiba, and then he gives 100 of each to himself. So then Naruto, Jiraiya, and Kiba and Sasuke leave, and then they are walking down, and let's say they'll get there in 3 weeks, right? So they're just training, and Naruto was training, and he ends up unlocking his Super Saiyan God mode. He basically looks like this, and he's not wearing that, but he has that in his clothes bag. And then Naruto taught Kiba how to open this form, his Super Saiyan God, regular, and yeah. So then now Sasuke learned it too as well. And now they are now Jiraiya kind of knows how to use SSJ4 because Naruto gave him a little bit of his monkey blood. So yeah, Naruto can use SSJ7, so can Sasuke use SSJ7, but his hair isn't as long. It's still pretty short because Naruto learned how to like control how long his hair gets. And yeah, let me put on a picture. And yeah, they're basically just dueling it out, fighting, and then training, and then they continue to travel. And Naruto travels, and he kind of keeps his senses on high. And then they make it to an end because it's a storm, and they're in the end. Naruto falls asleep, right? But everybody else was awake, but Naruto was pushing himself so hard, so he falls asleep. And then in his sleep, he's like, Hinata-chan, Kaibi-chan, Ino-chan, Haku-chan. And they're like, Naruto-kun, because Shadow Clones is basically like doing what he sees. So then like there's a Shadow Clone like playing out everything, right? So then the Shadow Clone says, he not the time. Now Sasuke and Kiba already know, so they're like, yo, Jiraiya, look, pretty soon a Shadow Clone gonna come play out what he's dreaming. Something like 5 minutes later, a Shadow Clone comes. He's like, Hinata-chan, wanna watch a movie? And he got like his hands like pressed together, like how Hinata used to do. Yeah, bro. He's like shy, like, Hinata-chan, do you wanna go watch a movie? And then she's like, sure. And then Hinata comes in like a crop top with like shorts to Naruto's room, and then she's like, they're watching the movie. Then Hinata looks, and she just kiss him, and then they fall on the floor doing what they gotta do. Then it's like an hour later, like, Naruto-kun, I love you. Hinata says, and Naruto's like, I love you too, Hinata. Then everybody jaws drop. Jiraiya's nose is bleeding, and then Naruto ends up waking up because the dream ended. He's like, I'm hungry. Then he gets up, goes, sees that they order food. Then he eats, and gets some drinks and starts talking. Jiraiya is just frozen, and his nose is still bleeding. He's like, what the heck did I just see? and then Kiba and Sasuke like, dude, your Shadow Clones did it again. He's like, oh no. Like, my guy is like, oh no. Because he's like, why do I do that? And then, let's just say, Hinata put like a visual attachment on Naruto before he left, so she sees everything, and she's seen that happen, and all the girls seen it. They're just jealous, like, why isn't Naruto-kun dreaming of us? And Hinata passes out, but you can still see everything, right? So then Naruto's like, I'm gonna go back to sleep, and then like an hour later, Shadow Clones, it does the same thing with Haku in the next dream. Shadow Clones does the same thing with Kurama. Next dream, Shadow Clones does the same thing with Ino, and then they're all just passed out, like, and then Naruto, and then next, he sees Kakashi. He's like, bro, get out, bro. Then next one, he shows the thing, right? It's like Naruto, and he's spying on Kakashi, because this one was memory. So I was like, let's see what Kakashi Sensei diary has. Then the first thing he sees was those darn vixens throw Naruto-kun away from me. I shall get him back. Then Naruto just like, ugh. Like, Kakashi Sensei is sus. Then Jiraiya just like, ugh. Everybody else just laughs. And then they go to sleep. They wake up and yeah, yeah, they yeah, they wake up and Naruto's just there like guys, we were supposed to have been up like 2 minutes ago. Two minutes ago, we gotta be exactly on schedule. Like, yo, my throat hurts because I've been talking for almost 3 hours straight. Like, these aren't cut. Like, I would pause it, but they're not edited. So, yeah. Alright, guys, yeah, I just took a break. Like a water break because I was so thirsty. But yeah, Naruto's like, come on, we have to find her. Come on, let's go. So then, they've been looking for about 3 hours. Then, Jiraiya's like, that lady got big jugs. And he's like, wait, I know those jugs from anywhere. Tsunade? And then Jiraiya's like, then Tsunade's like, huh, you old pervert. And then Naruto's just laughing. And then, they talk. Jiraiya explains it, like in canon. She says like, well, I don't want to. Then Naruto's like, why? Do you not think it's important enough that Lord Third chose you to be the next Hokage? She's like, I just don't want to go back to that hellhole of the village. Naruto's like, no, don't call it that. You know what? I challenge you. Then he throws a napkin at her. He's like, I challenge you to a fight. If I win, you have to return to Konoha and become the next Hokage. If you win, you can do what you want. And Naruto says, oh yeah, and I won't use any of my super saiyan abilities. I'll just beat you with chakra. Then Tsunade's like, wait, he's a saiyan? Jiraiya, help me. He's like, nope, it's your fault. And then she's like, what's your name, brat? Little Jenny. He's like, 1, I'm a Chunin. 2, my name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. But only my friends could call me Trunks. And then she's like, well no matter if you're saiyan or not, I will beat you. She's like, yeah, put your money where your mouth is, old fart, nothing but a hag. So then Tsunade gets a vein pulsing out of her head. Jiraiya's like, Jiraiya's thinking, Naruto, sane or not, nobody ever lived that called her an old hag. Naruto's like, yeah. So then Naruto activates Super Saiyan Rage, right? The one you see now. I'll call this Rage Stage 2. And then everybody's like, wait, is that a new one? He's like, no, this is just Stage 2 of Rage. But aren't you supposed to be like blinded by rage? No, I was training and I learned how to control it. Okay, so then he gets into like a fist fight stand. So now they put chakra in her fist. So let's say the chakra in her fist is about the same amount of a hit from Brawly. All right, let's just say that. And Naruto left Kurama home because he knows about the Akatsuki and they didn't want them to attack her. So he left her home. So he's not using no Naito chakra. He just blitzed behind her. Tsunade blocked. She's like, well, you're pretty quick, old hag. Then he kicks her. Kicks her where you're not supposed to kick somebody. She flies up like, ah, like that hurts, like ah, like screeching. And then Naruto comes up behind him and punches her, and then she does, and about to punch her, she's like, okay, all right, I quit, all right, you win. Naruto's like, too simple, you humans. And then Sasuke says, Naruto, stop acting like a god. You know, you're so human too. Just because you're a Saiyan doesn't mean you're a god. You're like, I know, but, you know, I was trained by, I guess, my father, the god of destruction. Like, maybe Kakarot was more human-like, but still, my father was an actual god. Or did you forget already? Like, oh yeah, I forgot. And then Tsunade asks, how are they Saiyans? Jiraiya says, Naruto and Sasuke are reincarnations of Kakarot, or Goku is Sasuke's dad, I guess you could say, and Vegeta, the god of destruction, the second strongest Saiyan, is Naruto's, I guess you could say, dad. Naruto is stronger than both of them since past, you know, before he was reincarnated. Naruto was trained by Kakarot, and Gohan was trained by Naruto's dad. So basically, they're like switch. But then Naruto, when he was reincarnated, went to go train with his dad, and you know, yeah, Naruto basically unlocked the rest of these modes by himself, and he also created some Saiyan powers, like stage 2 of Saiyan, and I'm just say legendary Ultra Instinct Rage. All right, Rage, where you could actually permanently share your power to anyone you deem worthy. But Naruto wasn't able to master it. So that's how he could only share like bits and pieces. Yeah. So yeah, and then she's like, okay. So this kid's pretty OP, like, you know, and they go back to the village. Naruto goes home. Goes like, GG, here you go, I got her. And yeah, guys, I'm finna end this video here. I'm gonna start back in like 30 minutes to make part 2. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You can share, turn on them post notifications. And yeah, this is another video of anime what else. What if Naruto was Trunks?